Hey guys, I'm Tom from the Episets. Today I'm going to do my best shot at teaching you Africa, the cover version by McKee. He's a pretty crazy guitarist. I can't quite play it like he does. I'm not going to pretend like I can, but I figured out a way that I can play it, and I'm just going to try and show you guys how I do that. So the hardest thing for me, I found, was actually getting the percussion bit that he does in the intro at the same time as hammering on that sort of rhythm. So what I actually did that might help you guys out is I would write down the two different rhythms in almost like a score sort of set out, and then just tap my fingers doing that sort of thing. So this finger I was going, this one I'm going, and I got like so I eventually got my left hand feeling really familiar with that, and then my right hand was doing this completely instinctively. So eventually what you're going to get to is tuning your guitar down to what you need open. It'll be D, G, D, G, A, D. But then your capo up to second, you'll probably need to tune again, because that's how it goes. But it'll sound something a bit like this. So basically all I'm doing there is you're hammering on to what would be the 5th fret on both the D strings, or the 1st and 3rd string from the bottom. You hammer on there twice, or 3 times, whatever you feel like. Then you move down a fret, hammer on the 4th, and then up a string. And then in the background, in the second half of that, you can just, whatever you feel like doing around on the 2nd fret with your 1st finger. But it's important that you let these fingers sort of resonate a bit. Whatever you want there, that doesn't matter. So you get that's pretty much all there is to the intro. But the biggest thing you're going to have trouble with there, if you're anything like me, is getting the two different rhythms going at the same time. So try what I tried. If it works for you, then glad I could help. If it doesn't, then I'm sure you'll figure something out. But once you've got the two rhythms going, that bit's easy and done with, and that's one of the most impressive parts of the song. So in the verse, Andy keeps it real going the entire time. So this is a type of guitar called fingerstyle, where your thumb and maybe your forefinger might be playing a bass line at the exact same time as the rest of your fingers are playing along with the melody. So what he does is he uses a bunch of different shapes to get a melody coming out at the same time as that bass line I was just playing. The first shape is just like this. So I'm going to keep calling them E, A, D, G, B, E strings, but you remember what the tuning is from before. So on the E string, you've got your 2nd finger right up here on what would be the new 11th fret. Sorry, wrong way around. New 7th fret. And then the main ones you want to be able to hear there. Your 1st finger comes down on the new 6th fret on the G string. You strike them both at the same time, and then follow something like this. Alright, there you go. Have a look at that shape there a bit. They're the main notes you need to be able to ring out from that, and the whole first part of the melody comes from that. Then you move up to here, like a, where you've got your first finger on the 11th fret of the A string and your third finger on the 13th fret of the E string. So your first shape is 6 and 7 with the 11th on the A string. And this is 13 and 11. Then you bring the 13 in with your pinky just under that finger. And then I get my first finger and stretch all the way down to whatever that is, 8 on the D string. So you get something like and then ring an open B as well at the end of that. Then you're moving on to the next chord. So just quickly again, it's 6 and 7 on the G and, no it's not, new 6 and 7, which will be 8 and 9 on the G and the E strings respectively. And then bring in the 11 on the A string. So the next chord is just on the the new 4th fret, sorry, the 6th fret of the E string. You're just going, that's the entire next chord. So first chord you've got, second chord, third chord. The 4th chord's a bit of a stretch. So you're going from the 2nd fret, okay, I'm just going to go with the new fret numbers. It'll be the 2nd fret on the E string. So you want the 2nd fret and the 4th fret on the A string like it's a bit of a power chord, but then you're hammering on a 6th. And hit that again. And then it's the bass note again, so. So this time when you're going, so first one's a hammer on. So you're going to hammer that on, strike it again, and then play the bass note. And the second time you play the bass note, you want to hammer on to the 2nd fret on the D string. And this time you're going to take your finger off there, so it's open E, and pull off while you strike it on the D string. So that whole bit goes. Alright, so it's 2nd, 4th, hammer onto the 6th, hit it again, hammer onto the 2nd, then open and pull off. Then the next bit goes up to the 6th again. So that bit is so we've just finished this bit we learned. Just hit a 6, and this time with the bass. So you're going 4th, and then the bass again. So I don't know how much I'm getting across real well here, sorry, first tutorial. So let's just go back to the bit that we learnt previously. So you're sliding up to the 6th on the A string, then back down to the 4th, but at the same time you want to play the 2nd fret of the E string. And then with the pattern that goes On the second of the short ones, you're going, which is just a pull off. Slide back up to the 6 and strike the bass. This time you hit the bass on its own again. So you've gone. So that one's just. I hope you can get that. So slide up to the 6. Both at the same time. Bass, pull off, slide, 4th fret. So it's 4th fret, and then 4th on the A string, and then 7 on the E string, and then back up to the 4th. But don't worry about playing that note because it's actually going to be a chord in a second. So just try and get that bit together. Yep. So all together it should sound a bit like this. That's the next bit. I'm going to have to make another video because I don't have enough stuff yet. See you soon.